Yeah, just a tough game that we feel like we controlled a lot of. A tale of two halves, and the fourth quarter, Indiana just went on a run. We couldn't defend them in the paint. We did some things to ourselves, missed free throws, didn't block them out. They scored on inbound plays and ones. Little things that we're really good at usually. Uh, that are self-inflicted wounds. And I feel like when we had a 12, 13-point lead, uh, we had opportunities at that point, and we just couldn't finish it. So, you know, very frustrating game. But uh, Indiana's a really good team. They're in a situation like us where you're fighting to be one of the best teams in the Big Ten every week, and so just a tough, hard-fought game. Like I said, when we were up 13. That's where I feel like it slipped.
First question, Drew Shot.
Hey, Coach, you said earlier this season our freshmen are going to be able to help us, and that was the case today with Courtney Shaw out. You picked Paige Mott and Anna Morris, both freshman forwards, to step up and play center. How did you feel their performance was today?
Yeah, they're playing against two really good players that play deep on the blocks for Indiana, and Indiana, was able to get them the ball at times, especially in the fourth quarter, places where they just hurt us. So it's a great learning experience for both of them. I thought they both played really hard and did a lot of good things for us. So, that's a positive step, for them to get that kind of experience.
Next question, Coop Daly.
Hi, Coach. I hope you're doing well. On Thursday, you kind of mentioned how good defense makes up for poor offense, and just making sure to block shots makes up for missing shots. Does that still ring true after what kind of happened in the fourth quarter today with a 24-7 or 26-7 deficit in there?
Yeah, our defensive breakdowns in the fourth quarter were, things that we got to address. Obviously, as we go into this week with Iowa and Ohio State, and make sure they don't happen again. As far as some of the things that we, like I said, kind of beat ourselves with, letting them get the ball where they wanted to, or not blocking them out, or some and ones. So yeah, that's something that we have to, if we aspire to be in one of the top teams in the Big Ten. There's a lot of really good teams in our league, so you got to do all the little things right. We'll address it. Our kids are tough.
Benjamin Rosenberg.
Yeah, hi, Coach. What are some of the main things you guys have worked on in the last 3 weeks ever since the blowout loss against Michigan? How do you think your team is different then compared to now?
Well, we had a 13-point lead, when Indiana today was, I don't know, they're ranked in the top 20 somewhere, well-deserved. And so I think, a lot of our transition offense was good today. I think not rebounding the ball in the last 12 minutes stopped us from getting out and running. But I think you're seeing us, when we can run, we're really good over the last couple of weeks.
Andrew Golden.
Hey, Coach, you talked about, points in the paint a lot today. What adjustments did you try to make to adapt to their offense, getting the ball in the post, and how do you think they worked around it?
Well, they started, they hit some outside shots. They started dribble driving where we weren't able to deflect passes into the post, which we were a lot of the first two quarters. And then, they got great position, which we can't give up. And I think that's the biggest challenge, is you can't let them seal you, deep in the lane, in the circle. And it's something that, in our league, there's a lot of really good post players. We saw that tonight. We got to defend that better.
Sky Swan.
Hey, Coach. How did Courtney Shaw's absence today really affect NU's defense in the second half?
Yeah, she's obviously our number one post defender. So not having her today, it was a challenge, but uh, again, part of the game, you got to be able to, you know, play. And I thought we did a great job for the most part. And we just couldn't finish. But Courtney has been an integral part of our success so far. So we missed her today. But I thought, as you guys mentioned, Anna and Paige stepped up, and really valuable experience for them. So hopefully we get Courtney back too. Those guys will be able to help us down the stretch too.
Max Stone.
Hey, Coach, thanks for being here. We saw 40 minutes from Sydney and Lindsay today, as well as 37 minutes from Jordan. How do you think that impacted the team as they got late into the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, you get in a game like that, and you try to get people in and out as you have the lead, but then, you need players that can make plays for you on the floor when the other team's making a run. So, like I said, hard-fought, physical Big Ten game.
Last question for Coop Daly.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Kind of building off what Max said, but it kind of looked like Pulliam took a hard fall in the third quarter and then didn't seem to have a little bit of trouble shooting afterwards. Was she playing at 100% in the second half, or was she just? Can you tell us anything about that?
I'll have to look at the tape and see what happened. But she's as competitive as a player we've ever had here. So, and that there is in the Big Ten. So, she just did everything she could to help us win. And like I said, she's going to be the person that every opponent is focused on. Every defense is geared to stop her. So I think we've got to do a better job getting her the ball in space, in places where she's not feels like she's playing against 3 or 4 people on on the other team. So we'll work on that too. And like I said, she's as tough a kid, as great a competitor as there is in our league. So if she was hurt, she wouldn't have said anything. But we'll look at the tape and try to evaluate. As we get into February too, which is really if you can get to February in one piece healthy, it puts you ahead of a lot of teams. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, Coach. questions for Veronica Burton. Please message Athletic Communications to ask your question. Andrew Golden.
Hey, Veronica, how do you feel like Anna and Pace stepped up in the absence of Courtney? What do you think of their performance?
Definitely, I think they stepped up huge to the plate. I mean, obviously, as incoming freshmen and just their experience is so different, granted kind of our situation and COVID and all that stuff. I definitely think, especially on such short notice, that they really stepped up to the plate. And I think in the first half, especially, we couldn't have asked for much more than them. They showed a lot of heart and they showed a lot of fight, and I'm definitely very proud of them.
Benjamin Rosenberg.
Yeah, hi Veronica. I know defensively in the first half and the early part of the third quarter, you guys were bringing a lot of intensity. You were sort of doing your thing, getting those steals. And then what broke down in the last 15 minutes of the game, and why weren't you able to keep that up all the way to the end?
Yeah, I think it was definitely on both sides. I think we had a lot of miscues at times within that fourth quarter in their stretch. And I also think fouls kind of played a role. We kind of had to be a little careful. I know Paige had, I think, 4 fouls. And so they were kind of getting it inside more than we wanted that to happen. And again, we also just weren't forcing as many turnovers. I think they kind of adapted well and weren't making as many mistakes or making kind of lazy passes that we were able to intercept in the first half. I think they adjusted on that. And I don't know, they just kind of started making their shots more too.
Any more questions for Veronica? Drew Schott.
Hey, Veronica, you've spoken earlier this season about the importance of the three-point game for this team, and you guys started off strong, but ended the game, I believe, 2 for 11. Kind of going forward, especially going to the brunt of a Big Ten schedule, what's going to be your guys' priority for kind of improving the game from behind the arc?
Oh, you just got to get in the gym. And I know a lot of us are. I mean, obviously, I didn't have my best shooting performance today. I think it'll come to us. I'm not too worried about that, but it's definitely something that we just got to be getting reps on. We have to be getting game shots. We have to be getting shots when we're tired, because we are playing a lot of minutes, and people are going to get into us. No one's going to let me or Lindsay or Jordan just get open threes anymore. So we just kind of have to be working to, one, create those shots for ourselves and for each other, and just continue to get reps.
All right, Veronica, you're all set.